what guys, not to see today I'm doing making what if Naruto had Murasame. So guys, sorry for not uploading. I have been busy and this is going to be a special. I have been trying to do this story for a long time. I've been trying to implement some ideas. So let's see how this what if is going to turn out. And sorry again for not uploading. I've been busy with school stuff, but now I can get like a few hours to record and edit. So let's start the wife, and I'm going to explain for a little while. For some of you who don't know what Murasame is basically a sword used by an anime character called Akame, and you can go and watch the anime called Akame ga Kill so that you can get what's going on here. But most of this what if is going to be Naruto related, mixing with Akame ga Kill. So I have said too much. Let's start. So we start with this what if in the Akame ga Kill universe, where we see Death and Akame fighting. And in this timeline, I'm going to say that both of them end up dying. But before Akame died, she like opened a miniature black hole. I'm going to say that that was one of Murasame's abilities. And she opened a miniature black hole and tossed Murasame inside because she didn't want a sword to end up in the wrong hands, and she didn't want the Imperial Army, I forgot what it was called, but she didn't want her sword ending up in bad hands or in being used by some evil person. So she decided to throw it inside that black hole, and she didn't know where that black hole would end up, but that black hole was in the Naruto universe. And I'm going to say that many people who say that in the Naruto universe someone found the sword and this person went on to be a hero, and a person who could wield the sword was regarded a legend in the Naruto universe. And that sword was not easy to wield. If you're not compatible with it, you could die, and only people who are compatible with the sword are regarded as like prodigies and people who will save the world. So I have talked long enough. Let's continue. So we start off when Naruto was getting born, or when Naruto was coming into the world. So Naruto still is the son of Kushina and Minato, and here I'm not going to implement the siblings. It's just going to be Naruto, and then Obito attacks, and the same thing that happened in canon happens. Minato steps off with Obito and then goes on to stop the ninjas from destroying the village, and then sealing half of it inside Naruto and half of it inside himself, and then he ended up dying with Kushina. So Naruto grows up the same way that he did as an orphan, and the villagers hating him for no reason. And Naruto is just like a 5-year-old. He doesn't know anything. He doesn't know what's happening. But when he was a little younger, he saw people just saying he's a demon and he doesn't deserve to live. Naruto was confused because he's just a 3-year-old kid at that time, and he doesn't know what they are talking about. He doesn't know that he has the ninja sealed inside of him. So with that out of the way, let's continue. So Naruto knows that the villagers hate him for some reason, but he doesn't know what. So Naruto gets beaten up regularly, day by day. So guys, decided to pause for a little, and let's continue. So Naruto gets beaten up regularly, day by day. So now to avoid these beatings, he usually doesn't go to the village center or to where there are many people, because if someone sees him, he knows that he's going to get a beating for no reason at all, just because he was there or just because he was breathing or living. So Naruto one day, when he just got the beating, he was like going home when he saw something, and this something was like a blade, but a dull blade. So Naruto saw a dull blade or a rusted blade, a blade full of rust. So he picked up the blade and just continued going home. And I'm going to say by shit. Sorry for that, guys. My sister was just making noise. So So I want to say that by this time, the village or many people in the world have already forgotten about the legendary sword that could kill someone in just one strike. So people have been focusing in chakra more. They don't pay attention to legends or what happened in the past. So the story of Murasame was lost. No one knew that Murasame was real. They just think that it was just a legend or it's just a myth. So now to pick up the sword and continue going home. When he when he got inside his house, Naruto was very pissed because he doesn't know what the villagers beat him up. They just beat him up for no reason, and Naruto is getting sick of it. And the nine tells, let's say, that he was feeling bad, kinda, but he sometimes he pushes out little of his chakra to heal Naruto from the beatings, because some of these beatings are life threatening. Naruto, if he didn't have Kurama inside of him, Naruto could have just died. So the Nine Tails has been helping Naruto a lot, and he feels sad, and sometimes he just wants to take over Naruto's body and destroy this village once and for all. But he knows that Naruto loves this village. Even though he hates the people living in it, he loves the village. So the Nine Tails is holding back his anger towards the villagers, and that's what. So Naruto gets home very pissed and just put the sword on the, let's say, on the floor near a table, like how in the anime like Naruto, those small little tables. Let's say that Naruto put the sword near those little tables and then went on to take a shower. Once he came back, Naruto was examining the sword, and Naruto was wondering, what is this? Because he has never seen a sword shaped like this. He has only seen kunais, and let's say that kunais and normal blades. He has never seen a sword like this, because this sword was like, no, I don't want to explain. Let's just say Naruto has never seen a katana. Yeah, let's say that. So Naruto was examining the sword when he accidentally, or let's say accidentally, pouring some of his chakra, because Naruto is an Uzumaki. He imported a lot of chakra, and the sword started to change, and then the sword changed into a black color. So guys, I meant that the hilt of the sword turned black and red, and then the sword was just like a normal sword but more amazing. I don't know how to describe Murasame, but bear with me. And you can just Google the images later, or you can just Google the images when you're watching. So Naruto was shocked that the sword changed its form, and now it's like a beautiful sword. And Naruto tried to see how sharp the sword is, and then he poked his finger and started seeing marks showing up on his hand. And Naruto, from the pain, he passed out, and he was like in his mind state. So Naruto met a girl and a man, because I'm going to say that the girl is Akame and the man is the previous wielder of Murasame, the person who found the sword when it came into the Naruto universe. So Akame said, "Don't do that. Don't poke yourself with that sword, because if you do that, you're going to die." But now it's like it's an exception, because you have that thing that can heal you. She is referencing to the 19th. And let's say that Naruto, when he stabs himself or pokes himself with Murasame, he doesn't die, because the 19th chakra counters the poison or the curse. So Naruto, when he stabs himself with Murasame or pokes himself, he doesn't die. So Akame says, maybe you are some kind of special, because if that sword ever pokes you or just stabs you, you are going to die instantly. It's a one-hit strike. So Akame explained the abilities of Murasame, and she told Naruto to never use its trump card, because if he uses his trump card, this body is going to be damaged and is going to be in a lot of pain. But I'm not going to talk about that trump card right now. I'm going to talk about the impact too. So the man told Naruto how to wield the sword and how to fight using it. And then I'm going to say that all their information regarding Murasame was like implanted in Naruto's brain. If Naruto wants to train, he could reference the information and train his body, because it's only in his mind. His body is not strong enough to handle Murasame in a real fight. So Naruto has to train his body. So I want to say that Naruto is going to train for 4 years, and now he's 9 years old. He enrolls at the academy, and Naruto, he is going to rock a new look. He's not going to wear that. He's not going to wear that yellow jumpsuit. He's going to wear like pants and just imagine any picture that comes into mind. I'm going to say that Naruto is going to wear black pants and black shirt, and then he's going to have his katana in his waist. So that's how I picture Naruto in our mind. So you guys picture him yourselves, and you can picture him however way you want, because I didn't import the picture in the thumbnail. So you're just going to have to imagine. So Naruto enrolled to the academy, and this time I want to say that Naruto is like still dead last, because his chakra is not giving him any time. No, scratch that. I'm going to say that Naruto pretends to be incompetent. He pretends that he doesn't know much about jutsu, and when he makes shadow clones, he makes those shadow clones who are not even complete. So now faced at last, and his years at the academy passed fairly fast. And one day Iruka comes in and says, you guys are going to be putting squads or teams, and he mentions the people that Naruto is going to be with. The people that Naruto is going to be in a team with is going to be Sasuke, Sakura, and him, and the team leader is going to be Kakashi. And they were told that, and they were told to wait for their team leader or their instructor. So they were waiting, and this time Naruto doesn't pull the prank on Kakashi. He just sits there and wait for him. Kakashi arrives like an hour late, and then says, meet me at the top of the roof. And then they meet in there, and Kakashi asks them, what are your dreams and goals? Naruto's dream is still going to be the same, still to be Okage and to be acknowledged by everyone in the village. Then Sakura's dream is the same. She wants to be with Sasuke, and Sasuke's dream is to kill Itachi. So Kakashi just thinks that they are all boring, and he says, meet me in the training field. And those are the things that I'm going to cover. So they were told that to meet Kakashi in the training field tomorrow, and don't eat because they are going to puke or throw up. So Naruto knew that Kakashi was lying, because in his training he learned to see how person lies, and he knew that Kakashi was lying by his body language. So Naruto woke up late, ate his breakfast, and then head out. And when he got there, he saw Sasuke and Sakura already there, and they were all looking like they are very, very hungry. So Naruto just, like, I'm going to say that he had like instant ramen. Yeah, let's say instant ramen. He gives them the instant ramen, and they just gives them that instant ramen, and they put in the hot water that Sasuke boiled using his fire style, and then they eat. So that's it. Kakashi arrives and says, let's start the battle test. And Sakura and Sasuke went into the forest, and then Naruto started fighting Kakashi one-on-one. And here Kakashi is amazed on how Naruto's skills is in a high level, only his taijutsu, because Naruto all of this time he was not only learning jutsus, he was also training his body to match even the strongest people, but he's not on Kakashi's level yet. So Naruto, yeah, he fights Kakashi one-on-one, and I'm going to say that he doesn't want to use Murasame because it will kill Kakashi if he even pokes him a little. So Naruto just use traditional means to fight Kakashi, like using his jutsu. And here Naruto, I'm going to say that he then the Shadow Clone for Mitsuki, because Mitsuki thought that Naruto was a pushover and tried to trick him. Naruto knew that Mitsuki was lying, and he just used Mitsuki to get the scroll and learn those jutsu, and then they made up Mitsuki. So Naruto just started fighting Kakashi, and they were going at it using taijutsu, and Naruto wanted to end it and just used one hand sign and said Shadow Clone Jutsu, and then another Naruto came out from Kakashi, from, let's say, from the ground, and then grabbed Kakashi's feet, and then Naruto grabbed one of the bells, and then Naruto passed. So Sasuke and Sakura wanted to take the bell, but none of them managed to get one, and Sasuke was the one who did the most of the work, and Kakashi saw that, and then Sakura was tied to the pole. Yeah, I think it was a pole, because some of you guys may like pronounce it in a different way, but yeah, I think it's called a pole. So Sasuke, now I'm mixing up. So Sakura was tied up, and then Kakashi says, eat up, and then I will be back, and don't feed Sakura or else you will both fail. And then Sasuke and Naruto fed Sakura, and Kakashi showed up and said, you'll both pass, and they passed. Guys, this is where I think I'm going to end off this fight. If I know that I started a little bit, and mispronounce some words, and sorry for that. I think that this what if was like better. I don't know. It's because I haven't been recording for a while. So sorry guys, and I hope that you enjoyed the what if. This was I will see signing off. Peace.